Lisa here. I want to share with you a must-see flip-flap tip that I'm going to be putting to practical use in my own flip-flap layout. So let's get started. I'm going to actually in the background be showing you some of the artwork, but I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about why I think that this tip is so important. Now, I create flip-flap layouts all of the time for my customers. I create guides that I share, and I also create class kits. And sometimes my girls can't make it to class and they would like to still make the kit. They aren't guide people, some of them, so they ask to borrow the actual layout, which is fine by me. But sometimes it gets passed around from girl to girl until it finally makes its way back to me. And because I live in New Jersey, where we have extreme shifts in our seasons, I have, I can experience the most frigid winters with polar vortexes that are down below zero. And we can also experience the warmest, most humid climate up here in New Jersey. And quite frankly, when my girls have the layouts aren't stored in an album properly. And between that and the extreme swings in the weather, I end up with a little problem with my flip flaps from time to time. Now, my flip flaps have a lot of weight. You can see these 6x12s have lots of flip flaps on top of them too. And so from time to time, that extreme weather can lead to my flip flaps slipping and sliding a little bit, and they look just a touch crooked on my pages. And I don't know if this happens to you because maybe your layouts don't suffer the same fate that mine do. But I had to figure out a way for my flip flaps to no longer do that. And so I came up with a super simple, easy technique that I think is just going to really leave you going, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that? It involves this fuse tool. Now, this is my fuse. It comes with lots of different tips. I put the perforated tip, I screw that on before I heat it up. Don't make the mistake of doing it after. And the purpose is that it makes two layers of plastic melt into one. And so I also have a fuse mat here, and I love the mat. I hang it off the edge of my countertop, and I put the fuse tool in when I'm in between flipping and flapping these flip flaps open so that I know exactly where it is and I'm not burning anything. It's not falling on my foot, and it's secure. So I want to show you exactly how I use the fuse tool to make this movable flip flap layout really a permanent situation. Here I have my big 6x12 flip flaps and my perforated tip, and I am just going to simply make a couple of small runs across the 6x12 flip flaps joins to my memory protector. And I do more than one on each side because I want to make sure that it's really good and down. The paper, that actually stops it from fusing all the way through to the other side. With these smaller 4x6 flip flaps, I just run a little line down each side, and that is permanently adhered to this bigger 6x12 flip flap now. And that 6x12 flip flap, you just saw me adhere that to the memory protector, the 12x12 memory protector. And because close to my heart's memory protectors and these flip flaps are of such high quality, nothing happens to my paper underneath. The plastic simply melts together and becomes permanent. It's a permanent bond. And so I go ahead and I just do this all of the little hidden flip flap compartments that I have along my workshops. I don't know if anybody else has ever done this before. I just happened to have my fuse tool on my desk one day and, thought I would experiment. And I just love the results. So I'm curious to see what you guys think if you try this out, if it works as well for you as it does for me. But it solved a very big problem that I was experiencing. And like I said, you might not, because you might not have the swings and weather, and your scrapbooks might be stored in a more climate controlled environment than my layouts have been. Here is that big project and it's all permanently bound together. You can see this flip flap will not come off its page even when I give it a good tug, which I think is going to be helpful in the future. Maybe I will have many generations looking at my scrapbook pages, and this is going to stand the test of time with just the simple little must see flip flap tip. Please leave your comments and let me know if this works for you. Most importantly, please consider becoming one of my subscribers if you've not yet done so. Thanks for stopping by and have a creative day.